Hey guys, let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation with ourselves. Let's have a conversation with Zer0. Let's have a conversation with whatever you feel inspired to have a conversation with. What's a rock, a tree, an animal, another person? And it doesn't necessarily mean, talking face to face, but talking heart to heart. Talking through a video that you're recording, or even just talking to a mirror, talking to a tree outside as you're on your walk, enjoying a fresh breath of air. Talking to your pets, just using your voice. That is the important part. We do recommend that you record, just because when you're in the flow state, when you're in the now moment, when you're connected to your heart space, in your 0 point, you get insights, you get nuggets, you get things that you need to tell yourself. But when you're in the flow state, your mind isn't memorizing. Your mind isn't keeping track of what you've just said. We've definitely experienced that in the past, where we were talking to somebody and they're like, well, it sounds like you have great insight, you know what you want to do. And I was like, what did I say? Because I was channeling, I was just talking, letting things come out, but I wasn't processing things and actually paying attention to what I was saying. Because as soon as you try and start paying attention to what you're saying, the flow state seems to disengage and you're into the frontal cerebral cortex, which works completely differently. So it's like putting filters on everything, and then you're thinking, you're slowing down, and then you can't flow, you can't just talk. And for some of you, you're just going to say, hey, I can't do that. I can't just open my mouth and talk. And yes, you can. You may not make any sense when you first do this, and it may feel challenging because it's new, it's different. You've always controlled what you're saying, what's coming out of your mouth. But this is where you need to just make noise. It doesn't even need to be words. It can just be whoosh, air pressing out of your lungs, through your throat, through your mouth, moving your mouth in weird ways, just wow. Doesn't matter what it is, but let it out. Because when you're holding all that back, it just builds up, and it just sometimes just starts actually manifesting physically because of all this energy needing to be expressed. And if you're not letting it out, it gets stuck and can create blockages. And it's much harder to speak your truth through that, because it's like just all this fog that you're trying to speak through, and it muffles and it distorts and it creates confusion because you cannot speak clearly. So that's really what we want to encourage you. Just get the fuck out there, in front of a mirror, in front of a camera, audio recording, in a tree, in a basement, lock yourself into a closet if you really need to, and just talk. No thoughts, no agenda, nothing. No outcome. Doesn't matter. You don't even need to listen back to it if you don't want to. I mean, it's kind of fun. It's kind of, neat to hear what does come out. But you don't even have to. But that's what we would like you to do, is to speak, to share your truth with yourself, with all parts of yourself. Because we often hide from each other things that we want to do, but we feel like the other parts don't want to do it, or there's too much to do and we're too much, or if we allow ourselves to feel, there's so much backlog and feelings that we don't know if we're going to stop or able to control. So we really encourage you to let the pressure off gently. Start the practice. Repeat the practice. Work with yourself in such a way that you can create the space you need to truly feel, to truly speak, to truly hear what is meant for you in the now moment, without the distortion, without the backlog, without all the stuff that's wanting to come through. And even with this flow state, it may feel like there's a lot wanting to come through all at once. Just allow it through. You don't have to do anything with it. If you really want to make some notes, or jot down the idea so you can come back to that frequency, that energy of that idea. And if something really, really speaks to you right in this now moment, that you're like, oh, that's something I really want to, follow up on, go do that, but no pressure. There's nothing you have to do other than to release, to speak, to express in whatever form that means. We do encourage to clear the voice, because that is frequency, that is communications on many levels, that's deeply powerful and super connective to us all. But yeah, have fun with this and just really, really enjoy. Love y'all. Bye for now.